In the modern world of rapidly developing technologies and growing complexity, efficient education became essential for both employers and employees. Maybe you have already heard of professional trainings in VR. Major businesses from all over the world, from KLM, Ford, Walmart, and Verizon, are already generously investing in VR trainings these days. Does it really reduce costs, and is there any proof of its efficiency? The answer is yes, and now you'll learn why. For our brain, everything we see in VR is almost indistinguishable from the reality. This means that everything you learn and experience in VR is far more likely to elicit change in your brain. VR training is not about reading texts or watching slides, it's actually experiencing reality. From the brain's point of view, of course. The more different senses are involved in the learning process, the more parts of the brain work. So, it's possible to construct multisensory learning experiences in VR simulation. This isn't just far more engaging and memorable, it also creates many more opportunities for experimentation, for contextualizing raw information, and for being guided by tutorials, arrows, highlighted elements in the environment, and more. Using VR, the average person can experience situations and challenges that they would never encounter in the real world, and they can learn from that experience. This feature of virtual reality quickly spread across different industries and is now implemented into a variety of cases, from engine maintenance by engineers to Mars landing tutorials for astronauts. Let's take a look at a couple of cases of virtual reality training and make some analyses. The global oil company Schlumberger replaces classical training classes with virtual ones, where you can simulate working with equipment in various situations. The platform provides a variety of features and scenarios, from choosing the appropriate personal protective equipment and studying heavy equipment to practice in cementing of oil wells without stopping the workflow and without risking the lives of employees. Schlumberger has about 2,000 employees undergo monthly training, so each VR course is used repeatedly and quickly pays off. Aircraft and automotive industry also rapidly implement VR into their training processes. According to Ford's data, using VR training simulation reduces excessive movements and dangerous hand positions during installation of complex parts up to 90%. This leads to 75% fewer medical insurance cases due to injuries. The company has designed a set of instructions for employees in virtual reality as a result of the digitalization workers' behavior by analyzing actions associated with life-threatening movements. At the same time, Ford uses VR to speed up the design of new cars. 3D virtual reality simulation enables designers to create a more human-centric vehicle design. Ford's spokesperson said that this solution allows designers to speed the process from weeks to hours, skipping the 2D stage and working with a 3D model from the beginning. Designers can anchor a driver at the center of the car, rotating their 3D design to view it from any angle to create a scalable vehicle around their driver. They can even step inside the vehicle sketch to quickly adjust design attributes. After achieved success, Ford decided that virtual reality technology is promising enough for them to create their own VR lab. Major Netherlands air carrier KLM uses VR to train its employees on how to behave in case of fire on the plane and at hangars. Cost-effective training is essential for KLM that employs almost 35,000 people. For example, for one particular engineer team of 300 people, this project saved half a day's training, which is an equivalent from 50 to 75,000 euros. And as KLM reported, it would take a year to find gaps in the schedule of more experienced experts to train all 300 engineers with conventional training techniques, while VR training can be done anytime. Engineers can request the virtual reality headsets and spend 10 minutes going through the simulation when they have spare time, such as when a plane is delayed on the way to the hangars. This allows them to keep their skills constantly up to date. Scenario 3 of this simulation contains 1.2 thousand different choices with various consequences. Big retailers in the US widely take advantage of virtual reality. Walmart created an immersive learning program for their employees called Next Gen. The company recreated several different training scenarios in VR and deployed the platform across 200 of Walmart academies to train over 150,000 employees a year. One such scenario was stress simulation of Black Friday sales to teach employees how to behave properly in a critical situation. As Walmart reported, 70% of employees who used VR training did better on their learning evaluation exams versus the group that did not use virtual reality. The overall training satisfaction score reported by these employees was also 30% higher than those who did the standard training. Another stress handling simulation for its shop workers was created by the USA telecom provider and retailer Verizon. With 1,600 stores throughout the United States filled with the advanced devices, Verizon knows their commercial locations are viable targets for criminals. In case of robbery, one wrong move could end with someone getting seriously hurt, whether it be a store employee or a customer. So training program has a couple of different scenarios like simulations of an armed robbery at store opening and closing. Each VR scenario is designed to be emotional, traumatic, raw, and hopefully teaching what more you can do if you find yourself in such situation. The future of education is here, and it already works. Virtual reality has proven its value for corporate training, and we just cannot squeeze all of the amazing cases that already happened and keep happening into this video. Though, if you would like to read more on this topic, there is a link in the description. No wonder that large enterprises are the first ones to implement this technology in their educational processes at such a scale. They simply have the means to allocate funds and create labs dedicated to research and analysis of the results and various influences this approach forces upon people and processes optimization. I'm waiting for your likes, shares, and subscribes. And I would love to hear the stories of how virtual or augmented reality has transformed your business.